Or no, I'm just gonna Gleam. Oh shoot. Please somebody got the protect off. Torkoal and Lilligant, an infamous duo, and surprised we haven't really seen it that much, especially with the Paradox Pokemon taking advantage of the sun. But Nick Navarre, with the recent performance, a top 4 finish at the Knoxville Regional Championship, bring the duo back to life. And oh boy, it is something, isn't it? We're gonna be trying out the team and see how it performs. This team features Sun with Lilligant and strong Paradox Pokemon to abuse the photosynthesis boost. Torkoal and Lilligant is an infamous duo with strong options like After Eruption or Fast Sleep Powders with Lilligant, even being able to outspeed Booster Energy Iron Bundle with the Chlorophyll. The Scarf Great Tusk is a great endgame cleaner that can outspeed non-booster energy Paradox Pokemon, and Choice Specs Fluttermane does so much damage, especially with the special attack booster on this team. Terrablast, Terrifier King Gambit prevents it from being burned by Arcanine and also just does a lot of damage in the sun with Dragonites and Ice Spinner to help against Psychic Terrain and Great Tusk. You can lead the Torkoal straight away with Lilligant or Paradox Pokemon, or lead a Paradox Pokemon with Lilligant and play a mind game with switching to Torkoal to gain the Photosynthesis boost or Chlorophyll. This team likes to play aggressive with strong damage output. If you would like to check out the creator or the details of the team, they'll be linked in the description. Iron Bundle, Orthworm, Garchomp, Houndstone, Tyranitar, Entity. I don't even know what to say about this team, although it's a little bit weird for this this matchup, I think, because I just don't know the items on the Iron Bundle right here. I would have loved to confirm it here, but it's okay. I do have Great Tusk here. I think Great Tusk is fantastic with the Lilligant right here, so I do want to try it. And then in the back, Torkoal for sure. The only problem is, like, I don't have the best switch-in, so it's either a Dragonite, which it can be broad. It's like not terrible, or Fluttermane. Fluttermane does really well in the sun with the Dazzling Gleam, so very tempted to bring the Fluttermane here, even if it means like less opportunities to switch. And you know what? I'm greedy here. I'm greedy. Actually, do I bring the Great Tusk lead? I could just bring the Fluttermane lead. Fluttermane lead isn't too bad either. Yeah, if I think about it, Fluttermane lead is just not too bad. So I'm gonna go with the Torkoal in the back and the Great Tusk. I don't know. They're not gonna lead Tyranitar anyway, right? So there's no point of like leading the Great Tusk if there's no Torkoal to try to catch. Yeah, I like this. Because if I can force them to like aggressively target the Lilligant, the thing is, if they're busy targeting the Lilligant, my Paradox Pokemon are just doing so much damage to the other side, right? And if they bring Slow Things, they're going to get punished by the Lilligant. Oh, and I have a Torkoal switch that I could do. There's like quite a few things that I can make here. Garchomp Iron Bundle. Not too surprising here. Okay. Against Lilligant plus the Fluttermane here. So we are going to see that booster energy on the Iron Bundle right here. Going to be that speed. Oh man, I see something here and I love it. If I don't know if they double protect, because if they do double protect, super smart play by them. But I want to do a Torkoal play into a Terra Gleam play. And I like this a lot because they might think, oh, I can Icy Wind Dragon Claw to Lilligant or something. No, well, I guess they have to be scared of the Torkoal switching and me Leaf Storming. That's also another play that I can make. So I guess it's kind of a mind game regardless that I think about it. This might not have been the optimal, but I mean, if I keep the Photosynthesis and the Gleam, oh boy, that's a lot of pressure. Also, Lilligant's like the slowest thing on the field, so I know they're not switching Tyranitar this turn, so it's still not like a bad trade-off regardless, right? Because if they did switch into Tyranitar, it could have actually been like a little bit ugly, like because Fluttermane out goes into Torkoal first, and then Tyranitar comes in, Sand is set up, and then I underspeed, which is kind of awkward actually. So I think this is still a better trade. They protect the Iron Bundle, okay. Did they protect the Garchomp? Good play on their part. Okay, maybe I should have just... I knew that could have happened. I probably should have went more aggressive, but I think this is still okay. I imagine this is probably Swords Dance Garchomp on this team, and they don't have a way to knock out the Fluttermane that doesn't involve Earthquaking themselves. I'm just going hard, swapping back into Lilligant, because I don't need Lilligant to win the game, because as long as I like get rid of the Iron Bundle with Gleam here, I'm in a good spot. If they go for Terra Ground Earthquake, they got to go like Tyranitar, and that's super weird for them. So they're not going to go for it here. They could swap out the Garchomp, which is fine. But the thing is, I'm always getting the weather control back in my favor. So, and if they don't set up the weather, the Flutter Mane is just such a big problem because this choice specs Era Fairy, it's gonna rip through them. They didn't have a switch, I think, right? Because they had Inity, Tyranitar. I don't remember what their last were. Okay, we're gonna see the swap here. Gonna be, yep, Tyranitar. Yep. So, but what's the move here? You have Sami Tantrum? Because that's the only move. Or Iron Head, I guess. Synthesis wears off, but we're still faster than the Garchomp at the end of the day. So, I mean, at this point, we're also setting up for Great Tusk because Great Tusk is really good. Because now we got rid of that booster energy on the Iron Bundle. We're faster than it with Great Tusk. So, it's looking really good regardless. That'd be really good regardless. We're going to bring out the hair on the Garchomp for Terra round. Yeah, okay. Do they have Sami Tantrum or is this something else? Because I'm curious on that. Here comes a Gleam. This is going to do massive damage to the Garchomp. Yeah, massive damage. Perfect. Oh, they did Earthquake themselves. Okay. Good play on their part. Wow, Flutter Mane actually just survived that. But unfortunately, the Sand is going to KO it, unfortunately. Wow. All right. Not a bad trade-off, though. I do win the Weather War, and Torkoal can come in. I click after Eruption. Doesn't look good for them. It doesn't look good for them. I'll just say that. Unless they have a Focus Sash mod that I'm not aware of, potentially. But we already saw that was Booster Energy Bundle. We're going hard into Torkoal for the Sun immediately so Lilligant can speed up. They didn't... What do they have? And it is the only thing I could be concerned of, I guess. If it's Entity, I'm going to double back into my... If it's Entity, I just double back into my Great Tusk, I think. So I can click Earthquake. Torkoal. Oh, Iron Bundles come in. Yeah. This is a wrap, I think. Because after you, into the Torkoal, Eruption should KO Iron Bundle. Unless there is something crazy about this Iron Bundle that I am not aware of. And that should seal up this game, I'd imagine. Unless I am really missing something right here. But yeah, I basically was trying to set up for this aggressive position. I played aggressive because I knew, like, as long as I win the Weather War, I'm in a good spot, right? And they didn't have, like, anything that offensively threatened the Flutter Mane. And Flutter Mane put on so much pressure against their team, so they had to, like, try to get rid of it somehow. And by knocking out their own Tyranitar, like the way they did, I'm in a fantastic spot. And if they gave me the Iron Bundle, my Great Tusk was going in crazy as well against this team. So... because they had to Terra Garchomp as a defensive response. So Eruption going to come out into Iron Bundle and the Garchomp obliterated. This is after you Eruption, and I don't even need the Sleep Powder right here. So goodbye Garchomp, goodbye Iron Bundle. And now we're down to their last Pokemon, and it's not Tyranitar, so Sun is still up on the field after Eruption. It's still really strong here, although I guess if it's Entity... Houndstone, yeah. This is... You know what? I'm clicking after Eruption. I mean, they do have the last respects. I mean, I guess I'll pay one last respect to this Houndstone right here, but just going to go for that Eruption and power up. And then afterward, the Great Tusk is going to come in and outspeed this Pokemon and headlong rush it, because I don't know if I actually KO Houndstone with an Eruption with the after you. I know it's single target, but like there are some bulky Houndstones out there. This thing has some decent defenses, if I'm not mistaken. So let's see if the Eruption KOs. Maybe it's an offensive set and it just goes down. It does survive. Focus Sash. Is the Focus Sash? There's the Focus Sash. Okay. And last respect into Lilligant. Okay. And now I just win the game 100% because I have a Great Tusk. I still have the Torkoal, and I have all 100% accurate moves. There's no Terra on their side. No Air Balloon. No, nothing right here. So I guess... is it possible to get a Protect in a row? Well, it wouldn't even matter because Struggle KOs to Hound, so this range. So yeah, there is absolutely a zero universe where they win. Even if they Protect Stall, doesn't change anything. This is Choice Scarf Great Tusk, and even a Struggle is good enough to KO the Houndstone right here. So I had to play a little bit aggressive here, but this team does have room to play aggressive in the Weather War because, again, the thing about the Tyranitar, they didn't exactly have the best way of eliminating the Flutter Mane immediately. I did like the Houndstone. This could have actually been, like, I think a lot scarier. But of course, against the Lilligant, it's kind of still an awkward Pokemon to, like, bring against Lilligant, especially with Sleep Powder threat. Like, I guess Garchomp was too. Fatel Iron Hands the Golden Go with the Great Tusk Murkrow and Iron Bundle. Okay, fast offensive pace, and then there is the slow Trick Room right here. Okay, I don't want to approach this because there's quite a few options. I just wish I knew the... Well, I do outspeed Iron Bundle with Lilligant, which is one of the best things about this right here. King Gambit could go really... King Gambit is actually really good against this team. The only problem is that Great Tusk. Great Tusk is going to be a little bit tricky to deal with, but I do kind of like Lilligant and Torkoal, just because I like the idea of having the Terra Ghost on the Lilligant that can put on some pressure. Yeah, I do really like it. So this is tricky because I want to bring the King Gambit, but I don't think it's worth it here. Great Tusk is really solid against the Golden Go as well as the Iron Hands, but the question is, can I position it right? I think I can. I gotta be a little bit careful though against the Great Tusk, because the Great Tusk is probably the scariest Pokemon offensively to my team. Yet if I manage it correctly, it should be all right. The Great Tusk is just such a fear factor because of the fact that it's Focus Sash. Most likely on this team, I'd imagine. It looks very similar to like a Tailwind offense mode that we saw like Marcus used to win the recent regional championship in Bolcom. I don't know how you pronounce it actually. We're gonna see the Great Tusk Murkrow lead. Actually, probably one of the worst possible combinations that I could have dealt with here, but this is not awful, I suppose. So we do give the speed boost to the... this is so weird. It depends heavily on the Murkrow set right here. I could go for a Leaf Storm right here, and that seems really solid. I think Dragonite just makes a lot of sense here. Like Dragonite just Leaf Storm. Yeah, I like Dragonite plus Leaf Storm, because then I could just Extreme Speed threaten the Great Tusk the next turn. And it doesn't matter what they do here, right? I don't know if they would let me go with like an After Eruption turn one, but we'll see. They do go for Protect here, which is okay. All right. And the Murkrow, is it Brave Bird? It looks like it is Brave Bird. So good play on their part. Or maybe it's Icy Wind. Could be Icy Wind on the Murkrow. No, it's Brave Bird. Okay. So I'm okay with that. I don't need Lilligant to win the game. It's nice, but it's definitely not necessary here. So I do want to go for... do I want to Leaf Storm again? They can't switch now, and they have some pretty good switch-ins. Like Golden Go, for instance. So I think I want to Ice Spinner here, the Murkrow. I think it's Golden Go in the back, so I got to figure this out carefully. I don't want to Protect here. I think it's probably just Sleep Powder the Murkrow. Yeah, I'm going to Sleep Powder the Murkrow. I don't think Great Tusk should attack here. I think you have a very... Oh, it's Quash. Okay. Wait, no, that's fine. Okay, so they go for Earthquake. That's not too bad. Okay. Like, sure, my Lilligant mode wasn't super solid in this, but I mean, it kind of bought me some turns right here. Ice Spinner into the Murkrow. If I can deny Tailwind, that's like one way that they could really stop me right here, so I'll gladly take it. And I just KO'd a Murkrow, actually, so I didn't even need Lilligant right here. I guess it would have been better to Leaf Storm, but sure. That works out huge for me. So the only problem is Iron Bundle probably coming out here. I think Great Tusk is probably the play here. I just don't know. I'm gonna bring out the Great Tusk anyway, because I don't think Torkoal comes. I don't think Torkoal is worth it here. Is this Iron Bundle? Oh, Iron Hands. Wait, this works out huge for me. This works out huge for me. Okay, I get my attack boost. And now, yeah, we're just gonna protect our Dragonite. We're gonna go for an Earthquake here. Fake out into... They could Fake out here, which is okay. Actually, maybe it's just better to Ice Spinner and get the damage off. I think it's better to actually, yeah, no, get the damage off into the Great Tusk and go for Earthquake. Yeah, I like that. I really do like the idea of just going for the Ice Spinner right here, because if they Fake out to stall out the Great Tusk, they're still in like a really rough position. Unless they go hard into Iron Bundle, but I felt like if you had Iron Bundle, you would have just went out into it, right? Because like, why wouldn't you just go hard Iron Bundle into these? Well, we're gonna see a Terra immediately. So this is Terra Hands? No, it's Terra on the Great Tusk. The Terra Ground. Okay, so it doesn't change anything. Wait, how much does Headlong Rush do into my... Wait, I might have to double check this. Fake out. I don't think this should KO, but maybe I'm completely wrong here. Headlong Rush, +1 attack. Well, not +1, but it's like 1.3. Yeah, I didn't think that KO'd. I didn't think that KO'd. Okay, perfect. Now again, I spin her off into the Great Tusk. I should put it into maybe extreme speed range. I spin her. Yeah, that should be extreme speed range. I'm pretty sure. So now I can just go for an extreme speed into the Great Tusk here and just a headlong rush into the Iron Hands. Yeah, super safe. Okay. I almost miscalculated that damage, but I was like pretty sure because like Great Tusk is just super bulky. I didn't expect it to go down this turn to any combination, but yeah, that could have been a little bit scary, I suppose. But yeah, I'm also really glad I attacked with the Dragonite. It could have been awful if I didn't. So what is there out right now? They had to switch out, but Subways taking a headlong rush. I don't want to tear the Great Tusk, even if it's Gothitelle, because if it's Gothitelle in the back, no, I still think it's fine, even if it is. Wow, that actually survived. Wait, what the heck? That survived? Okay, headlong rush into goodbye. I'm so shocked that that actually survived. Ice Spinner looked like it did a little bit more than 66%, but maybe I was just completely off for a damage roll. A headlong rush, gonna pick up the knockout into the Great Tusk, but I don't think it's needed to win. I'm pretty sure Torkoal should be enough. We have extreme speed on our Dragonite also to help secure the game, but we still see one more Pokemon left. If it is Iron Bundle, I am actually very, very concerned right here, but we'll find out, I suppose. Is Torkoal going to come in? I don't think it should be Iron Bundle, though. Golden Go, yeah, okay, perfect. So we can go for a extreme speed here, and we can go for a flamethrower with our Torkoal. I should always tear the Torkoal because the Great Tusk is Terra, so it's not really like anything changes. We go for the flamethrower for the extra power in case for some reason, like, I don't know, the gold goes like Akaberry or something. So yeah, we bring out the Terra on the Torkoal, even if they protect. I don't think a crit anything on their side of the team destroys my Dragonite. So should be safe. Although this game could have been cleaned up, I think if Terra Ground Earthquake KO, then it might have been a better play, but we'll see. I still think that this is okay in the long term. Extreme speed into the protect right here. We're gonna go for the Shadow Ball and the Torkoal. You do have to go for a crit with Specs. Oh, that is Specs, and thankfully it did not crit me. Flamethrower gonna come out into the Golden Go. At least I think that's Specs. I'm pretty sure. Flamethrower gonna KO the Golden Go, and goodbye. And now we just clean up with extreme speed, but even then they shouldn't be able to hit the Dragonite. But okay, maybe that was a little bit terrifying because I actually didn't have a way to hit the Golden Go, but a little bit risky. Maybe could have played a bit more aggressive, but still ended up being able to clean it up because these Pokemon are so strong, man. The Great Tusk is super bulky, able to take hits. Like, I survived their double up. They survived my Ice Spinner at -1 into the extreme speed, which I was impressed by. Flutter Mane, Roaring Moon, Murkrow, Torkoal, Meowscarada, and the Great Tusk. This looks very similar to the team that David Kutesh brought. It's like 4 to 6, but kind of looks like it has some of the very similar idea concepts right here. I really like Choice Specs Flutter Mane. The only problem is this Flutter Mane is slow, which isn't great. If I could beat Great Tusk, I'm in a really good spot right here. I like King Gambit a lot here. I think King Gambit could go really in the... Well, actually, maybe not. Because against Roaring Moon, it doesn't beat it. It's Terrifier. Yeah, it does beat the Meowscarada, but that's really it now that I think about it. I think Flutter Mane is definitely a bring here. Flutter Mane, maybe Lilligant. I like Flutter Mane and Lilligant a lot here, actually. With Torkoal and Great Tusk in the back. Maybe Dragonite. I would really like Dragonite. Maybe no Torkoal. I don't think Torkoal's necessary here, I guess. And now that I think about it, Torkoal's not necessary. Because if they want to power up their Pokemon, they need to bring the Torkoal. And I don't need the Torkoal at all to win this game. It's not even like amazing as a team. That like Dragonite doesn't do better. Yeah, I think I'm going to try this. Let's see how this is going to go. The only thing is King Gambit's really nice against a Flutter Mane, which is like the one Pokemon I'm just really fearful of. But I think otherwise we're in a good spot. It depends on like their booster energies and like what Terra the Roaring Moon is. We're going to see the Roaring Moon plus the Murkrow lead immediately here against Lilligant plus Fluttermane. Okay. Oh boy, we have some fun stuff that could happen here this turn. I don't know if it's Terrifier or not, so I could just Sleep Powder the Roaring Moon and Moonblast here, or Dazzling Gleam. I guess Dazzling Gleam here isn't a bad play. I'm thinking like, okay, my options are they could go for a Taunt here. That's fine. I got the KO on a Murkrow still. They could go for Torkoal switch and like Terrifier, and if that's the case, I got the Sleep Powder off into the Roaring Moon. So you know what, I'm just gonna Tailwind and Dazzling Gleam. I don't think they can knock out the Fluttermane otherwise. Maybe I'm completely wrong though. We're gonna see the Terra. I want to say with Sun you wouldn't be Terra Flying Acrobatics, and we also saw no boost energy. Yeah, it's Terrifier. Yeah, that's basically what I expected. Okay, so Tailwind. Yep. I don't know if this KOs the Fluttermane because I have defensive investment, but I don't know if it's enough. We'll find out, I suppose. Are we gonna see the Terra Blast in the oh, Lilligant? Oh, that's even more ideal because if I hit the Sleep Powder, that's such a good position if I do. But this is like live and die by the Sleep Powder. But it was, I think, my best play here turn one. I do not knock out the Murkrow actually, which I'm surprised about. Okay, I do land the Sleep Powder though, which is really nice. Okay. So that's a nice turn right here. I do have to stall out some Tailwind turns. I would like to keep the Fluttermane as healthy as possible if potential, but I guess I don't absolutely need to. I feel like the Lilligant Protect is super obvious. So I think I'm just going to go for a Leaf Storm into the Roaring Moon, and I'm just going to go for a Dazzling Gleam right here. Because I think they want to get damage on the Fluttermane with like Brave Bird. Because it puts me in a range in a lot of things, like their own Fluttermane, for instance. So, foul play. Oh, they have foul play, not Brave Bird. Okay, that's cool. I don't need Lilligant at all to win this game, so I think it's all right. Because if I'm not under Sun, it's not like really worth it. A Gleam gonna come out into them. Very nice damage right there. Beautiful. Okay. Who would come out next? That's my question. I want to go out into Great Tusk here and start putting on the pressure. Let's see, is this their own Great Tusk? Meowscarada. Okay, that is a concern actually. I wish I went Dragonite instead. Huh. But the thing is, unless they're Choice Banded, they don't KO Great Tusk. So this is kind of a weird position for both. I kind of want to go for Earthquake here and just hard swap into Dragonite on potentially. This should always be Flower Trick. I just don't know into which slot. I feel like Fluttermane is definitely the scarier Pokemon, but who knows? It could be completely wrong here. They do have to be Choice Band to knock me out though with my Great Tusk, but I guess I would lose the game if they do go for that, right? No, I'd lose anyway because I have double Choice Mons. Like I just have to get the target right. They did Flower Trick this. Okay, not choiced. You wake up. Okay. That's a really good no wake up here because I am able to get an Earthquake off into the Roaring Moon, and that's huge for me. Okay. The Roaring Moon is eliminated. Perfect. Okay. Endgame's still tricky, but very manageable. This Fluttermane coming in. I got the targets wrong. It's actually kind of crazy because if I went for Dazzling Gleam, that would have been insane. But we're going to see the last mon. It's their own Great Tusk. Okay. I think I have this sealed then. I should have this game sealed then. Yeah. I'm going to go for a Earthquake here. And probably just protect the Dragonite realistically. Yeah, I can just protect the Dragonite because all I have to do is sack Dragonite and bring out the... or not sack Dragonite, sack the Great Tusk, bring in Fluttermane, then Dazzling Gleam should clean up. The only concern, I guess, if it was Trick or Meowscarada, but if it was Trick or Meowscarada, the Dragonite's the slowest thing on the field anyway. Like, so I don't even need Dragonite speed here. So yeah, it really doesn't change anything for me. So I am going to be able to get... I wonder who they did, what they did with the Roaring Moon. If they went for a Terra Blast into the Fluttermane or a Throat Chop, or if they went for the attack into the Great Tusk there. Because I think that would have really depended or would have solved this game. But yeah, the sashes are broken now. I go for Earthquake, I guess, and Terra Flying. I Terra Flying? I don't need to Terra Flying because I'm going for E-Speed. Yeah, I'm just gonna Earthquake and Extreme Speed. So extreme speed into the Masquerada puts in earthquake range, and yep, we are able to get the earthquake off. Super nice, super nice. And yeah, that pretty much just sealed it right here. We also just had a Flutter Mane that was like very healthy. I also still had the Terra option from my side, so I could just went for the Dazzling Gleam. Like I was gonna go for like Terra Dazzling Gleam for the end game. So yeah, and they reveal Ice Spinner. But yeah, we do seal it up here. Go for the earthquake. Go for an extreme speed. I guess like their play would be like, hope you live the extreme speed plus earthquake. Well, even then you just go down an earthquake, so you just lose anyway. There's like no out yet at that point. So we are able to pick up the win. A little bit more aggression even under tailwind stuff. But yeah, as you saw, not respecting Lilligant is a thing, and you know we had to sleep powder, but sometimes that's what you got to do. It was also, I think, the best play if they did have Torkoal in the back for some reason, and they went for the Terra Blast into the Flutter Mane. All right, we have a Jumpluff, Torkoal, Roaring Moon, the Brute Bonnet, Flutter Mane, and Iron Bundle. So we have quite a few things here. Specifically, they do have the Jumpluff, which is really cool because it got some buffs in this generation with Tailwind. It gets Rage Powder, Sleep Powder, Chlorophyll, Encore. It gets a lot of moves. I really like Jumpluff back in 2014 when I used it. We're going to see how do I want to approach this. Flutter Mane plus Dragonite is not a bad combination here. I also really like the I actually really like the King Gambit here. They don't have a really good way to stop King Gambit. Ooh, I like King Gambit a lot here. You know what? I definitely go King Gambit in this game. I think my combination is Flutter Mane, Dragonite. Yeah, Flutter Mane, Dragonite. I don't want to bring the Lilligant. It's not bad, but I don't think it's needed. I do really like the Great Tusk, and I think the King Gambit in the back is super solid. So we'll see how this game goes. I'm thinking that with the Flutter Mane plus the Dragonite combination, I can go for like an extreme speed into KO the Jumpluff. Actually, wait, am I faster than Jumpluff? Yeah, speed investment, but I don't know if I outspeed max speed Jumpluff. I should have checked the number actually. I'll check the number afterward, but if it doesn't, this could actually get a little bit concerning, I suppose. I actually am thinking I don't. Although Flutter Mane is base 135, Jumpluff is what, base 110 if I remember right. Oh boy, this could get depends heavily on this. They might be leaning what, Flutter Mane, Jumpluff. Oh, Torkoal plus Jumpluff. Okay, that's cool. That works. So I am able to lead the Dragonite plus the Flutter Mane, and there's no point of extreme speeding here. They actually, no, there is, because photosynthesis, but special attack, not speed. Okay, yeah. I want to get rid of this Jumpluff as fast as I can, because if I do, that's such a good position. I'm just gonna double check the number for future reference. 181. Oh, I do outspeed. Yeah. Okay. So Dazzling or whatever, I guess. I go for Ice Spinner plus the Dazzling Gleam right here. They're going to go for Sleep Powder, and they miss because they are not skilled at hitting the Sleep Powders. And I'm not either, really. We are able to get a powerful Dazzling Gleam off and an Ice Spinner KO to Jumpluff. The reason I went for Ice Spinner instead of Extreme Speed is because they went for the Sleep Powder into the Flutter Mane like they did. Ice Spinner and Extreme Speed would have been the thing afterward. Eruption going to come out, and that's going to do a decent amount here, but with the chip damage that... Oh, they crit my Flutter Mane. I was like, yeah, that shouldn't have done that much. Is that choice specs? But yeah, okay, perfect. So they got a crit revenge, but I will definitely take the Sleep Powder missing. The Flutter Mane is in no, which is a bit concerning. Speed is heightened, okay. Who would be their last? Iron Bundle? I'm trying to think, but even then, I think I just go for... I'm gonna go for Gleam here. Is the Flutter Mane worth preserving? I feel like Great Tusk is probably like the most sackable mon at this rate. I have a few options I could go for. A Terra Blast into the Flutter Mane is an option, which I really do like. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna sack Great Tusk here. Or no, I'm just gonna Gleam. Oh shoot. Please tell me I got the protect off. Okay, hold on. Wait, this is really good for me. Did I get the protect off? Oh, wait, this is... I time down. I was gonna protect. Protect put me in a 5 position anyway because I sacked a flutter here, but because I thought they were just gonna gleam here. I don't think they have gleam. I think if the reason they protect is because they thought I was gonna target down their flutter right there and just gleam. Oh my goodness, that actually worked out so well for me. Okay, it's Roaring Moon. Attack heightened. We haven't seen a Terra yet. I go for a... I mean, I just Dazzling Gleam here. I'm just gonna Extreme Speed, get the chip damage in a Roaring Moon. I don't mind if I lose both my Pokemon here, because I think the victory is with the... Okay, they Terra the... Okay, was not expecting to Terra on the Flutter Mane here, but that works out in my favor. Okay. I get big Extreme Speed off into the Roaring Moon. I'm surprised they have Gleam. I'm surprised they didn't just Gleam the last turn. There was really, I don't think, any downside right there. Dragonite survives, which is crazy. Okay. Maybe that's why, because they were worried about Terra Blast afterward. I mean, I could have Terra Blasted. That was another option I had. But we're going to see the Roaring Moon go for the Dragon Dance, which is not too surprising here. But yeah, at this point, feeling pretty good about my position. Especially once the... We're going to go into the King Gambit right here. I just don't know. Is there a booster energy on this team? I mean, the jump off should be Sash, so I don't think there will be. I'm going to go for an Iron Head into the Flutter Mane, and I'm just going to go for a... Is just E-Speed again? How many turns of Sun are left? Because I want to time the Sun correctly. 2 turns of Sunlight left, so I think I protect here. I mean, Roaring Moon, unless it has Earthquake, shouldn't be able to do much. If they have Earthquake, I'd be shocked, but we're going to see a Protect from Flutter. Okay. Wait, did I throw this? Did I throw this? It actually has Earthquake. Okay. I really wish I Iron-Headed the Roaring Moon. I was worried about Roaring Moon protecting the Dazzling Gleam. I survived, which is surprising. Life Orb. Huh? Okay. Okay, I'm going for Sucker Punch in the Roaring Moon, and I'm Extreme Speeding the Flutter Mane. I think I'm still okay with the victory. Yeah, I should still be okay for the victory here. This could come down to... We saw his booster energy, so I'm thinking it's speed. Oh, that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. Okay. Because I want to Extreme Speed just to make sure that I always KO. Okay, perfect. Quick Punch is going to fail. I could have doubled in the Flutter Mane, but I was worried if they went for the double protect. If they went for the double protect with Flutter Mane, the Roaring Moon can only pick up a knockout on 1, right? So I still have like the option for a Sucker Punch or Extreme Speed into the Flutter Mane in case for some reason the jump level was like Covert Cloak and not Sash. So I'm covering my bases for that. And now the Sunlight fades. So Photosynthesis is gone from the Flutter Mane. Unless it's... Yeah. And now we can go out into the Great Tusk right here. I think Earthquake should knock out the Roaring Moon. I think I don't Terra. It's the thing about if it's acrobatics or not. Does booster energy activate first? I felt like if Sunlight is up, Sunlight takes priority. And I wish they had like a note about booster energy right here. Because Drone Chop might... Actually, you know what? I'll take the risk. I'm going to go for Earthquake. I'm just going to cover for the risk. I don't think it's acrobatics, but in the worst case. Yeah, it shouldn't be actually. It's Earthquake, Dragon Dance, Protect. Oh, this might be a mistake. I went for Throat Chop. Or they might... I think they go for Throat Chop. Or they might go for Earthquake here. I could see Earthquake. Let's see. Oh, Breaking Swipe. Wait, no. This Terragram was necessary. Wait, Breaking Swipe, Earthquake. That's an interesting Roaring Moon set. Okay. I outspeed the Flutter Mane because I'm Choice Scarf, and here comes the Earthquake. And this should be a good game. That thing killed the Roaring Moon. That Roaring Moon's actually extremely bulky. We live in our Breaking Swipe. The Earthquake, I don't know, because it's a single target Earthquake from them now. This is super close. Okay, they go for the Earthquake. It's their best move. But Great Tusk survives because it's the Great Tusk. Okay. I'm speechless right there. I can't believe that misclick actually put me in probably a better position. I actually almost drew. I think I should have just always went for the Iron Head into the... I can't believe, like, every time I say something, it's like, oh, it can happen. Like, they actually had Earthquake. I thought it'd be like Terra Blast, Terra Fire, because that's usually what they run on the Sun teams. And then I'm like, oh. But the Terragram was actually very necessary. Unless Fluttermane just went down to Earthquake at -1, which it could have because it was like super low. It took a lot from extreme speed. All right, let's go over to games. Game 1, my opponent made a smart double protect, and I might have acted a bit too rash turn 1, but the aggression put me in a very favorable spot to win the game with endgame Lilligant, as Fluttermane was a nightmare for my opponent to deal with in the early turns. Game 2, played the first 2 turns poorly, but since they were too busy trying to eliminate the Lilligant, no Tailwind was set up on their side, put my Great Tusk in a fantastic position. There might have been smarter Terra options, but overall it was very hard to deal with the remainder Pokemon for them. Game 3, I hit a Sleep Powder, which was a surprise, and was able to stall out Tailwind for Dragonite and Fluttermane to clean up in the endgame. Game 4, Sleep Powder miss was very fortunate, but this is the game we play. However, the timeout actually put me in kind of a weird spot where it got me a solid play, although getting King Gambit in for free and having the Torkoal like really low health where I could threaten with extreme speed knockout might have been a better spot for me, because I could just threaten the Fluttermane KO and the Torkoal KO on that exact turn. I should have threatened the Roaring Moon, as Fluttermane wasn't really doing much damage, but I thought it wouldn't be able to do much to the King Gambit until it revealed Earthquake, apparently. Oh man, the offensive pressure you just have with this team. The Torkoal Lilligant, the Paradox Pokemon under the sun. It has a lot of fun things that you could do with it, and a lot of mind games that you just have, especially with like Photosynthesis, Chlorophyll. You have all those options. It's absolutely insane. If you do want to try out the team, the rental code is on your screen available. And of course, you could check out the details of the team and the creator down below in the description. But subscribe to the channel for more VGC content.